What's going on, guys? Welcome to Moonbuilt Garage. You ever had maybe a door hinge screw that's worked its way loose and stripped out the hole so bad that the screw just won't bite anymore? I mean, if you've got an angry teenager around the house that likes to slam doors, there's a good chance you might have to deal with this one of these days. Now, for those of you that have been doing your own home repairs for a while are probably already aware of this trick. But for those of you that are maybe new homeowners, never had to deal with something like this before, here's a quick, easy, cheap way to fix something like this. And as a bonus, there's a real simple way to avoid it ever happening. Let's get to it. All right, so one of the first problems you're going to encounter is this right here. I mean, why would you put such a small screw to hold up a door? I mean, if the door is framed correctly, you got your king stud, you've got your jack stud. I'll put a picture here somewhere where how a door should be framed. But you've got, like I said, you've got your king stud and you've got your jack stud. So that's at least 3 inches of material that you could be driving a screw into, and your door frame. So why use this little, half-inch screw to hold up a door hinge? So at the end of this, we're going to replace this screw with something that can go all the way in and grab and get more meat. And that might be your first fix. Might just to put in like a 2.5 or 3 inch screw. I mean, this might be your fix right there. Because if you get a 3 inch screw, it's going to go further through than what that little 1/2 inch screw went. We'll get into some good fresh wood, be plenty of meat for that screw to grab into. So that might be your overall fix. But let's say you've already got a long screw in there, or you've tried to drive in a screw and it just stripped the hole out. It's easy enough to repair. We're going to go ahead and get these other screws out of the way, just to give us more room to work. There we go. So here you can see, perfect example, this door frame isn't really wood, it's just MDF. So over time, especially if you got someone who likes to slam doors, that screw could easily work itself loose. Now, I have a 3/8 dowel. You could go with like a 1/4 inch dowel probably. I just happen to have a 3/8. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole all the way through to seat this dowel into. So I've got my drill here with a 3/8 bit, and let's just go right through this center hole. There, you could feel I got through the door jamb and then I hit the stud behind it. We're going to go into that a little bit just to give it a little more meat. Now what you're going to want to do is come back here with like a razor blade, utility knife, maybe a chisel if you have one, and smooth that out. Not really necessary. So now I've got my dowel, and that'll fit right into that hole. Now what you're going to want is some wood glue. These, by the way, I'll leave a link to this down below. This wood glue container is great. No more do you have to worry about trying to get your wood glue up on end to get it to come out. The tip doesn't really clog that much. Plus with this one, I can just sit here and squeeze this and the glue comes up. No more trying to especially on something like this, with a regular glue bottle, you have to get it upside down, try to get it into the hole. This, I could just squeeze that right in the hole. Get a bunch of wood glue in there. Now I got my dowel. Drive that in until it seats. Give that glue time to set up, and then come back and we'll finish the repair.
A few minutes later.
All right, now that everything's had time to set up, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess dowel here. Now, there's several ways you could do this. You could just score it with a utility knife and snap it off. You could use like a flush cut saw, little draw saw that it's got a nice thin blade and it will ride right on the surface and cut that off flush. Not really enough room here for that. I'm going to use my Dremel oscillating tool. So I'm just going to get this fired up, and I'm going to just trim this dowel off flush with the door jamb. All right, now that's trimmed off, we can get the hinge hooked back up. Now that we're ready to reinstall the screws, I'm going to go ahead and replace those short screws with some longer ones. Since we've already had an issue with one of the holes stripping out, there's a good chance the other two could possibly run into the same problem sometime down the road. So might as well go ahead and replace them now. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those, the top and lower one with a screw, since those hole's already there. And then we're going to pre-drill into the dowel and replace that screw also. Now, to pre-drill for that new hole, I've got one of these Bosch center drill bits, self-centering drill bits. The drill bit is actually up inside this little sleeve here, and as you push on it, the drill bit comes out. And it's got a little taper here on the end, and that will self-center in the hole. And that's just enough to give the screw a good start. There you go, guys. Quick, simple way to replace a stripped out screw or to repair a stripped out screw hole. Appreciate you for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next one.